do our last activity today, and it's all about bugs. Now, I always think sometimes the bugs have a little bit of stained glass about them. You see lots of stained glass butterflies. You get some fantastic, beautiful iridescent colours in some of the bugs. And you get this kind of iridescent colour in stained glass as well. And the actual patterns of the wings of the insects sometimes look quite stained glassy. So let's see what we've got. Ooh, scary, some of them. But there's some beautiful coloured bugs. Our bugs can be as colourful as you like. Look at this one, it looks like gold. Absolutely gorgeous. And butterflies as well, the most beautiful colours and patterns. Quite stained glassy. So we're going to try and make some bugs. You should have, after having done some of your activities, lots and lots of bits and pieces left. So little bits and pieces of card. And remember I said keep a hold of all your little pieces of cellophane. So this is where it comes into its own. So I've got my mug of cellophane. I've done my trick of the sellotape around the mug again. So that's all kind of cut for me, which is an awful lot easier than trying to find the end of the sellotape, and so it's all there for me. In your packs, you will find I've done a little photocopy for you. Some different kind of bodies of bugs and some wing patterns as well. Now these bodies, some of them are beetles, ladybird, I think this is a weevil, this is a shield bug, so it's a kind of, you see it's like a kind of medieval shield. But lots of different kind of forms of bodies, but you tend to find that most of the insects have a line of symmetry. So a line of symmetry is just a line, perhaps up the middle of the bug, that shows you that both sides are the same. Now it doesn't need to be that on yours, but there's a good way of getting a nice shape this way. So if we use this line of symmetry, I've got a little piece of paper left over, and I am going to fold it in half like this. So this line here, the fold line, becomes the middle of my bug. Now if I draw the shape of my bug, let's see, we're going to have quite a big body, and then it's going to go in a bit, and then it's going to have huge eyes. Okay, so if I do that, and then take my scissors and carefully cut them out. Remember, when you're using scissors, be careful. I tend to do it super fast, but please watch your fingers. Nearly there. I have a body for my bug, and it is symmetrical, so both sides are the same. Now I can put that template and choose a colour. Do I want a really sparkly bug? Oh, I could do a really sparkly bug. Oh no, let's do a jeweled bug. Yeah, we'll do an absolutely gorgeous gold bug. Now you should have, you might not have exactly these colours in your pack, but you should have some lovely coloured card and a few sparkly, maybe some of this holographic stuff, or some foil card as well. So, got my bug, and I'm going to carefully cut it out. This is why I use the template, because I don't really want a big fold down my real bug. So that's why I used a paper template to begin with. Okay. So we have a body of our bug, and we need to do some wings. Now, even things that you don't think have wings do have wings. So ladybirds, though you don't think have wings, do have wings. And they're usually hidden underneath this kind of casing in a bug. So the casing comes apart and the wings come out. So we have a body, not very decorated just now, but I'm going to choose some wings to do next. Now these are just ideas. These are dragonfly wings, butterfly wings, fly wings, and you can design your own ones, no problem at all. I think you should have some of this lovely cellophane left over. Now again, what we can do is fold them in the middle, like that, and then put them over the wings that you'd like. Now, again, you need to use these overhead projector or your Sharpie pen for the cellophane, or else it won't stick. And just now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this wing. I'm doing this quite fast, and I'm not going to do all of the shapes, I'm just going to do some of the shapes. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it round like this, and I'm going to copy it on the other side. That's my first side, folded it over. I'm going to copy it on this side. So we've got a pair of wings. Now that's quite stained glassy. Remember what we're talking about when we were looking at a stained glass panel is the lead lines, so the lead that makes up the framework for the glass, and then the glass inside. So it is quite stained glassy. From here, you might want to, just like we did before, beef up some of the lines, just to make it a little more interesting. So with my thicker Sharpie, I might say that I might want this top line to look a wee bit more strong. And whatever we do on that side, we can copy on the other side if you want it to be symmetrical. So symmetrical, same on both sides. Now, there are various ways of getting some colour into these wings. The easiest way is to take your OHP pens and colour in some of these shapes. Now remember, this is your black side, and if you don't want the colours to get all blurry, then turn that over and start putting the colour on the other side. And then if you go over the black line, see how I'm going over the black line and it's not smudging. Okay? If you go over the black line and you find this is happening, I'll show you. Here's a wee line. If you find that that's happening, and then you're doing it on the wrong side. Okay? We'll just clean this pen, make sure it's not got any black left on it. Turn it over, so we did this bit, so we'll do this bit. Looks quite pinky red. The other thing that you can do, which I love, is using this cellophane. So, these are all wee scraps from all the projects we did earlier on. And I've got some purple, that's quite cool. Now, when you're putting your cellophane down, it doesn't need to be absolutely exact, and if you want to keep it in place, just a little bit of tape. Because ultimately we're going to put some sticky bit of plastic on this to keep it all where it should be. Okay. Yes, I think maybe we need some nice purple in here. Oh, right. So I cut those two pieces out together, so they should be symmetrical. I don't think that might be a British bug. I think it's definitely a foreign, exotic bug from some far-off island. Quite nice. Let's see what it looks like with my body. Yes, like that. You should have some little bits of sticky back plastic left over. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a piece roughly to size. Sometimes it's a wee bit difficult to get this started because it's plastic. Be careful. Then you have to do this wee trick with the sticky back plastic again. If you bend over a wee corner and then pull it tight, you might find that the backing comes off from the front. You peel it off, and the side that's got all the cellophane on, stick them down, and then you can cut them out. I'm going to cut them out with a little border because it's transparent film, so you won't really see it. We've got our wings. They're quite cute. Right, so back to the body. I would quite like to put maybe some stripes, like a wasp on here. I can do it different ways. I can either add some colour, some stripes, like that, and start building up some colour. But I'm going to use the cellophane again and get that stained glassy effect. So I'm going to just pinch my body together, a little bit of a fold, and I'm going to cut some sections out of my bug. And I might do the same for his eyes. Her eyes. Her eyes? His eyes. Not sure. Again, to make it safe, just fold it over and then just a little slit, which is big enough to get your scissors in. Oh yes, that's looking rather. Yep, so let's get some colour in behind here. A strip of orange. Tape. And let's do some red. Purple eyes? Yeah, we'll do purple eyes, I think. The selfie is great, it's so easy to rip into shape. And you see I'm not being exact. Oh, nice. And purple eyes, I think. Let's do a strip of purple. A bit at the top and a bit at the bottom. Stained glassy. So this bit here, just behind his head, is a thorax. And let's give it a nice glitzy thorax. Cut out some shapes out of this before you stick it down to let those bits of gold through. Oh yes. Fantastic. Right, I'm going to work away here and put some more layers down, and then I'll let you on to the next bit where we're going to do our legs. Okay. Okay, so I've been having fun with all my little scraps of paper, scraps of cellophane. So sometimes these bugs are quite good stuck on windows. Occasionally I've done a whole load of them and made them into a mobile. But the only trouble with a mobile is the bug will move. So anything you do on this side, you have to kind of tidy up on that side. So I've just added some wee bits and pieces. And we're just saying it looks like party bug. Ooh, jazzy going out bug. So with this side, if you've got lots stuck down, again, if you've got some sticky back plastic left over and you want everything to be nice and caught up, don't worry if you've not got a big enough piece, you can do it in a couple of pieces. And that will just kind of keep all of your pieces together if you want to do a double-sided bug. And just trim off the excess sticky back. Now sometimes, can you see how it's sticking? Sometimes the scissors stick, so I find if you just use the very tips, you see I'm just using the very tips of the scissors there, that sometimes works a little bit better. Oops, just going round. Again, you take your time with this. And do a wee bit of slapdash. Lovely sticky stuff. Yeah, so just altering where you're using your scissors and how it works. Let's see, sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, well, that's great. If in doubt, get an adult to help. Preferably an adult is better at using scissors than me. Fab. You go there. What happens is the scissors get a bit sticky on the blade with the sticky plastic. So there we go. Not too bad. I know what we've got. You should have in your pack somewhere some little strips of stickers. Again, they might not be exactly the same as these, but I quite fancy using some of these just to zhuzh up this side. Oh, that's nice. It's definitely party bug. Nice. Ready to get the wings on? Now, what side do we do it? Do we do it that side? Or that? Oh, I quite like them there. Yeah, I'm just going to do them there. I'm just going to use tape for this. Right in the middle. Okay, I've made a few other little ones just to show you. So this one I put lots and lots and lots of the cellophane on. That looks quite effective. And again, what I did was I cut out 2 bodies. Okay, and what I've done is I've sandwiched some of the legs in between the 2 bodies so that it can work as a mobile. I did the same with this one here. I've cut out 2 bodies so that again they can work as a wee mobile. Now to hang these up, let's do it with this big one. In your pack you should find some string. Now unfortunately I have portioned out all my string, but what I do have is a little bit of wire which I'm going to use for this. I'm just going to poke this through. Remember, if you are doing this, use your rubber to push into. I haven't got a rubber with me, so I'm going to use some folded up card, so I'm not doing it into the table. Don't hurt your fingers. There we go, push that through. Now, in your pack as well, you should find some of these beads. Now these, I always feel, help to finish off a mobile. I'm going to carefully slide a few. And I try to make them transparent as well, like some of the stained glass. Whee! Fabulous. So, we have one of our bugs. Party bug. And I don't know, it looks like he's wearing helmets, like he's going on some kind of adventure on his bike. Not a helmet, yeah, a helmet. Fabulous. So use your imagination, use all the different textures and patterns in the card. Take your time over using the cellophane if you want to get a really lovely effect. And have fun. Have fun. You should have lots and lots of materials left. So if you want to make a few of these and make a mobile, excellent. Well, I hope you've enjoyed it. Cheers.